Okay. స్టాప్ బ్రాడ్కాస్టింగ్ అని చూపిస్తుంది నాది ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ అయింది బ్రాడ్కాస్టింగ్. స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది కూడా ప్రజెంట్. వస్తుందా? టీమ్ వ్యూవర్ ఏమంటావు? ఈ పీసీలో టీమ్ వ్యూవర్ ఉందో లేదన్న చూస్తా, ఒక నిమిషం ఆగు. ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయిందా? 1 మినిట్ డిలే ఉంటుందా? ఓకే ఓకే ఫైన్. ఇట్స్ వర్కింగ్. ఇట్స్ ఆడబుల్. ఓకే. 11:45 కా? ఓకే. Hmm. Huh? 1 మినిట్ డిలే వస్తుందా? సో అన్న అయితే ఒకటి నేను ఇప్పుడు అవుట్ సైడ్ ఎడిటర్ వాడొచ్చు కదా, ఆన్లైన్ టెక్స్ట్ టెర్మినల్. నో ప్రాబ్లం కదా, నేను ఇన్స్టాంట్ గా రాసి పెట్టుకున్నా. అవన్నీ డైరెక్ట్ గా రాస్తా, అంటే మళ్ళీ అప్పుడప్పుడు రావడం ఎందుకని. ఓకే. ఓకే. సరే మనం పెట్టేస్తున్నా, ఇంకా మీరు 45 స్టార్ట్ చేయనా? కొట్టేసారా? యా ఫైన్, అయితే నేను ఒకటి స్టార్ట్ చేసుకుంటా. Yeah, hello. Good morning, all of you. Today I'm going to explain ES6 ECMA script. Before going to ECMA script, we have to know why ECMA script to inventing, and why we want to uh, why we want to know the ECMA script. So before ECMA script, we have ECMA 5 is there, right? So we first know the what is the difference between ECMA 5 and ECMA 6. Okay, so Here, the main difference is code reducing. Coming to the ES6 version, so we have we have two different partitions. So EC5 is a different one, EC6 is a different one. So compared to EC6 and EC5, EC5 is all browsers supported, but EC6 not. Oh, it's take time to supporting all browsers. Okay, so here I'm going to explain. Uh, Console. So, so first I'm going to explain uh, difference in EC5 and EC6. Okay. So the main EC6 advantage is the code reusability. When we write in the complexity of more codes, we have reduced that code into 2-3 lines. That's the main concept of the EC6. Okay. The second one is let and constant will be the let and constant will be the key roles in the EC6. Okay. So then next we'll explain about the let and constant. Okay. Then third one is for arrowing. So while writing, instead of writing the functions and all of the code, we use arrowing. Okay. Then we'll explain about this one also. Then fourth one is the import and export. Import and export. And these two keywords get the outside of the JavaScript put the our code into next one is the classes. What do you think is complexity of like very huge complexity like not like Java? This is very less complexity means compared to our terminology. This is very easy to understanding and this is easy to know. And next one is was looping means for loop. In that for loop, what is the difference between in and off? Okay, these things I am going to explain today. Okay, so I hope all of them in online. So how many members is there? Yeah, 15 members is there. Okay, so I'm starting now. uh, Before I'm starting, uh, so the first thing, what is the difference between ES5 ES6? I just told ES5 and ES6 both are ECMA under ECMA script technology means ECMA script versions. So then coming to the ES5, it's supported to all browsers. So here ES5 supporting browsers. So okay, some little bit. taking time to open this. So coming to the ES5, it's supporting to all older version of Internet Explorer 9 and Firefox, Chrome 5, Safari, and these things also. And coming to the ES6 supporting browsers, s- ES6 supporting browsers. So okay, so oh sorry. Uh, hold on. Yes, this is the browser history and desktop browsers and of them. What a browser will in the here tracer enclosure TypeScript. So EC6 means EC6 6 is so 0 by 2%. I11 is not supporting. It can be supported all fundamentals in Edge 16, Edge 17. uh, then Firefox and Chrome. Here is a Chrome. It's a Safari. Safari. See, we can see 2 out of 2 here. So Safari is accepting all features of EC6, and then PGX, then XS6 node. You can support like this also. So these are the things. Okay, so these are the mobile things. These are the server side things. Means which technology we have to support EC6. So next to this tab browsers, this one. Here you can see the Chrome will supporting 98%, Firefox also 98%, 98%. Then Firefox ESR version also 94%, Edge version 96. Coming to the IE11 here, 11% only. So EC6 version will not support would not support all of the browsers. So what we do now, so coming to the EC section, they were give the two means they were give the two translation means EC6 to EC5 translation. Those are these things, Treasure and Babel. See, so yeah, so uh, so coming to the Babel, so why I'm explaining about Babel also, but we these things we should know about before knowing the EC6 future. Okay, so here, so what kind of things will be there is Babel. We have one online terminology. Actually, while using online terminology, it's taking time. Okay, so okay. So next concept is let and constant. Okay. So here before EC5 means before EC6 we have let and constants play the normal load. We can't we can use those things very less. Before instead of using these keywords we are using morely in var keyword only. Otherwise, we have used normal keywords like that. But coming to the ES6, let and constant play the key role. Everything will depends on let and constant. That's the reason I'm explaining about the let and constant. Okay, so for example, before um, so let is a keyword. It's a blocker. It's a, let it keyword declares a blocker scope variable. So for example, the x inside the if block, it is new variable and it shadow the x of the declared of outside variable. Therefore, the value of the console will be the outside variable, not will displayed. Inside variable only displayed. So for example, for example, return equal to 10, then let x equal to 10, then console dot log x console dot log x. So here, I'm going to shoot 2. So then 20 will come inside the block. This 20 will come in the inside the loop. And this 10 is the outside of the loop. For example, so the first declare variable x is assigned to 10 value. Then second declare new variable with the same name of x inside the block, but with the initial value is 20. So the uh, third output of the value variable x inside the after inside and the after the if block. So then because let keyword declares a block or scope variable. Okay, so the x variable inside the if block new variable and it shadows the x variable declares at the top of the script. So then time we enter into the inside of the code only it will be executed. Okay, so here here it's kind of terminology when we use let a equal to 10. Okay, so when we print this into console.log window dot a. Okay, so here undefined. Why? Because a is already used. So then we'll print like this also without window without window. Here its value is printing, but the what the these two differences let is global here globaling here, because when we use window keyword it's like a this object means it's like a this. So this act as a means window key is act as a this global. So let is not assigning to the global scope. So when we use in the let it's in the blocker scope only, means it's a local means inside of the scope. Okay, so for example, if we use let keyword in the for, okay, for loop, generally when we use where keyword it will execute 5 times plus time. It will execute I think 5 seconds of time equal to 5. Sorry. So I'm printing I here. Okay. The index of I is here. Function closing. So I'm changing, giving 1 second, and executing function. Okay. So see here the five value print. The intention of the code is out number of 0 to 4 in the console every second. However, it outputs the number 5 times. Okay. The reason is that after 5 iterations, the value of I variable is 5, and the 5 instances of the callback function passed to the set timed out function. When we refer to the same variable I with the final value is 5. So in case in case we have to fix this output. Okay, we want to execute I 0 to 4 values. Then what we'll do is we have write the code like this. Okay, what we'll do inside the function here we'll pass j value. Inside the j value, we'll give the console log will print under j. Okay, so j value will pass I is the index. Okay, sorry. Okay, right here like this will execute 0 to 4. So while this is a ES5 version, while this is very complexity to write the code, this is very huge time to take the browser reload this code. It takes time. So instead of using this complexity time, uh, this instead of using this complexity time, es6 invert the latent constant will be the latent constant will play the main role. So for example, in es6 we can write code like this. Okay. So let I equal 0, same like that. Use- okay, 0 1 2 3 4. Actually let will block let will play the role. So the code in by using letter, it's a variable. It's not it's play a variable in the ES6 kernel. Okay, while coming to the while coming to the constant we it's same like the both ES5 and ES6 will the same rule. It follows the same rule. So when using constant, okay, construct keyword. Okay, this is a fixed keyword. We once we use the name for constant name equal some name, will give some name. We can't change this name like that. ES5 and ES6, everything will same. There is no difference in the coming to the constant word. So then arrowing function. Okay, arrowing function is a it also a functioning terminology. It's not it's also a complete inverb of the ES5 into ES6. Okay, so here classes and arraying functions will do in the ES6 is every effective way to 1 minute. So then coming to the arraying function play a key role. While using the function keyword, we have just to give the curly. We have just give the functioning symbols like that. These things. This is a function we'll call like this is a syntax. Okay, inside the syntax we help call the parameters like this. Okay, so this is the syntax of this. Then we'll return also like this. Return by using it directly. Return some value a plus b like this. This is simplicity of the code is here. Okay, then what is the mean of arrow function is it's a the arrow function provides you with way of writing a shortest syntax function by using the function keyword. Then under that function will then take time to us to to execute that code. To understand, it's take time to maintain this browser understanding that code also. By using the syntaxes 6 will develop this simple syntax like this. This is a simple syntax of this. For example, we'll give the way of ES5. We have write on the functions where add equal function function is passing x comma. Okay, this is the function syntax of ES5 and ES4 here we are writing return keyword. Inside return keyword, that return keyword we are passing x plus y. Okay, x plus y and console dot log. We are passing add function to this towards by comma 2. So here if we pass add and I 2 is output will be the 7. Okay, 7 will execute. By writing this code in, coming to the ES6, we just simply write this type of code where add equal. So by elimination of function, we are writing just bases inside the values. Okay, some equal. We are passing a comma b. Okay, and then then we are calling function parentheses here. These things like a expression. Okay, then we are just passing in a returning value instead of just keeping the x a plus 3. So this value will return. Okay, so if we call console.log inside a sum of 5 comma 2 is 7. See, these output and these output both are same. Well, by difference is by using a function, we are just using these things. Means parentheses. Instead, we are passing the parameter out. Then we'll call the expression with this function attribute. Then we are returning instead of x plus y. We are just calling. We are using just a plus b. Okay, the both these are the simple things by using arrowing. So if the we can know if the sum is function or not, if the add is function or not. We by if we want to know, we can check like by using type symbol, type of. So type of sum, sorry, first we'll check add. Okay. So it's a function. So type of, then we'll checking is some. See, it is also to be a function. So browser can automatically convert if your browser is a ES6, so ES is not supported to ES6 and not converts not converting to. So we can't get the functions type of some because it's not supported. If your browser is if your browser is connecting these things, we can easily so that we can easily maintain these things. Okay, so the main arrow function uh, main syntax is the main intention of arrow functioning is by reducing the syntax of function into 2 3 lines. Okay, so when we want to write inside the functions also, we can use like this also. There's no problem, but we can maintain some flexibility. So here I am writing add and here I am writing some. Why? Because of I'm using this browser, right? So that if in that particular browser we can't call the two names with same number, same functionality. So that I define add here and I define some here. Okay, and hope understand this arrowing, and we can call the multiple parameters also like this. And this is all of you I know this is simple thing. This is the functioning arrow functioning. Okay, while in arrow functioning, we can use let and constant keyword also, mostly constant keyword, because of if you are using one function is a uh, dynamic, you can we are using one function is a only constant, like, so that everyone can call constant some add. Because of add function will not will never use another anywhere. So we can, if we want to use add function anywhere, we can't import or export. Okay, then import arrowing is done, then import and export. Okay, so import and export is a one of our future in ASC. Okay, while coming to the ES modules, we can call the another JavaScript function. We have, for example, if in Angular JS, we have used we can call the directive, or directive will pass into the controller will pass into the our page, then our page will use these things. Instead of these things, we have sanitized we have passed that controller into another controller. We can get that controller, then it takes a complexity. So instead of reducing this complexity, EA6 modules will develop import and export keywords. Okay, it's a very simple. Import means will importing the our code into another file. So means export means we are exporting our code into another file. Import means we are taking the exporting code into current file. Okay, we'll see the means we'll check once. These things are here. I think the browser will not support these things because of it's a wait on a second. Yeah. Here I'm just showing my project. It's many thing. Uh, okay. Fruit. There is no idea of input and export here. I will check. Okay. Uh, so for example, we are exporting the one key. Okay. There's a thing is one we are exporting one this one message into another file. Just we write import keyword. Okay. Import var message or some. Okay. So then we can export this message by using this message value into our current file by importing this file. Okay. So I'm just saying one example here. Export function, export function, get message, get message, hold, return. Export function, message, set message, message, put message. We are sending key into message. Then we are exporting this class. Export class. Some. So before that we have to install Babel also, right? So it's take time. Just you Okay, we are exporting the function. We are exporting the function and values like this. Then we are calling this JS name. When we save into JS name, this is sum.js. Exporting.js. Okay. Okay. Just we just call this exporting JS into import field. Okay. Whatever we want from this file, we can just take into the import file. See here we are use import. Import is a we are importing those total JS file into here. If you want to use if you want to use only particular functionality, then we'll directly use a keyword here. The import means here uh, what you want. Okay, what is what is the keyword will what is the method you want here. Okay, from script export export dot js we have written. Okay, like this we are importing those js functionalities into here. Okay, like this will exporting function into here. Then we'll call the then we'll call the our then we'll call our export our or call our exporting the value. See, like this we here we are calling the message, right? So here we are calling the message, return message. So we are here. What we want is message we want. Okay. So we are write message here. Okay. Same like where we set the message. Here we set the message. Message value equal to message here we are writing message. Then we'll set the message here. Okay. So here set message. So inside the export, whatever the message in the export.js, we just passing that set message method to inside that message value. We are just exporting the importing that message. Okay, when we write console.log directly, we can get this message from here also. This for this reason import and keyboard mostly used, but coming to the all the versions we are importing and exporting the all files into the our web APIs. Like if our when we write the API in for registration or one-time password policy, just we are using for example we have write the one-time password policy code. That's a we'll like to like dynamically. We wrote the constants, we wrote the numbers, and everything is dynamically. Then will keep that one-time password .js, and that JS will importing to login. While login, we can use one-time password. While registering, we can use into one-time password. And if any unauthorized data, we have used that one time. It's a one-time functionality. So by using import and export, we cannot use controllers. We cannot means we can get the data into directly. So this is a very simplicity to handle for us. So that's the reason ES6 will give the import and export with another usuality. So the main causes of a screen is if set message. So behind the skins, when you call the set message function, JavaScript went back to the greeting.js, which means export.js. The module and executed code in there and changed the message variable. The change was then automatically reflected in the importing the message. So here when you change the hello, okay, when you coming to the here this message here also it will be changed. Okay, there is no time complexity because of both are in mutual constant by using of export and import key. Okay, so while coming to the while coming to the means I'll coming to the mm, these things, means number directly messages. We can share the one time password I said, which was I said before, one time sharing. We can write the code into the React.js. That React.js we can handle some bundle of a template, means permanent template, the header or footer also, and side menu. These three things we can importing into all other pages. By at the time we have used import keyword. Yeah. At the time we can keep those header, footer, and menu into the one file. Then we can directly import into our current file. So it's a reducing of time complexity. Okay. So when we so whenever import everything from module, it's a single object. I said multiple objects. It's a file, it's a template, whatever it is, we can export from here and we can import from here also. Okay. This thing, important exporting are these things. The main limitations of import and export statement is outside of the statement and function. The following means if you are inside the if you will write the code in inside the sum, because we can you can't get the data inside of the for loops, you can't get the data inside of the uh, stealth, because of you are exporting the data into here. Okay. One file, you are this file you can use it, this file you are exporting into another file, and that file you are exporting into another file. The root of the we can't get the root of the message. Okay. So for example, we are exporting, you are exporting hello here, then you are importing messages here. While passing, without passing this message, you are exporting this page, this file into another file, then we are importing there into this file. That time root of the scope is missing. That only one limitation, and we have observed before. And naming convention also is a key part. And that re-exporting and binding is not imported perfectly. Whenever you want to re-exporting this code, means if you are in if its code is not working, you just keep the export, then you are importing into another file. At the after that also you are exporting into another file. These things are not accepted in this. This is also an analogy. And binding, importing with binding is not is useful. And rest of all are fine. And these things, so default binding must come first, but the non-default binding must surrounded by curly braces only. So that's also one reason. And that's it. Important 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 export is done. Then looping. See, when I say before let and constant, these three things, these two keywords will use all of them in while using the ES6 feature. For example, while writing the function, we have used mostly in constant keyword. When we enter into the function, this function we have used a loop function. Then we are writing let keyword. So we can use variable also, but instead of variable we have used let. This is a very advantage of things. Okay. So we're coming to the class. Before we know looping, so we'll tell looping. After this we'll say classes, how we'll use and how we'll explain the okay. Looping is a where all of you know how we'll loop the function, and how will how we will use inside the block and outside the block. How we trigger, how we get the index of the data for by using data by using loop. We all of us know. The coming to the ES6, the looping is they were divided into two terminologies, uh, two keywords, by using of two keywords. One is for off, one is for in. Okay. So the the syntax of keyword is like this: variable of variables. Sorry, variables. Yeah, this is the thing. And foreign is variable variable in variables. So we'll explain what is the difference and why we use this, why they were differentiated with half and differentiated win. They both are using for looping function, looping only. But the thing is, of when we use half. When we use of2, we'll get a data for particular inside of the loop only. When we use in function, the particular data of inside and outside of the data only. So we'll give you an example. You can easily understand what um, of will give, what in will give. Okay, so we'll write one code here. Okay, then let is a keyword. We pass numbers. Okay, numbers is a inside array. We are passing 5 comma 7 comma 8. 7 comma 8. Then 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 we are passing numbers to numbers to one one string, that is FO. So this is a inside what we call, okay, this thing. uh, this is the array inside what what we are giving on and this thing, this is we are calling, uh, we are we are assigning values to already derived variable. Okay, sorry, variable. So here we'll see, here we are assigning, deriving at time, and here we are assigning value, to already derived variable. So in this case, how for of will executed and how for in will executed. Okay, we'll check both. Okay, and we'll give, let I is the index in in numbers, numbers. So console dot log here. Okay. The anyone knows the output will come is 578, but not like that. Output is 578. It's 012, 012, and F4. Because of we are getting the values inside the number and outside, after deriving the string also. So this calculating is very simple: 0 1 2 3, then if then this string will come. Okay, like this. Okay, so when we want to this only 578 numbers at a time. Instead of for instead of in key, we have used off key. Okay, let we are following here. Let I of of numbers numbers. We just was console log I. Here we are getting just these things 578 directly without any update like this. So the main intention of the for loop deriving the for by illustrating the off and in is we can't we can if we want to get the data within array loop and outside of the loop we can for example after that we give the for example one employee key is there that employee key we are keep firstly we have keep that unique key that then name and first name and last name and age is the primary things means which one we can take from while registering mode. After that we are editioning into edit mode, adding some other features like we are entering address. After that we are asking phone number. After that we are these three things. After when we get this constant data, uh, we can use we have used directly off. If we want to get the constant data with means outside data, we just use a in. Based on that in we will get some key, then we'll use this. Okay, the main intention of for in is loop iterates overall all enumerable properties of object. It does not iterate over a collection of such as array, map or set. Unlike for a field is the collection rather than the object. Means it's a it's of is a collection. There is no object we can it cannot trigger. There is no objects. Okay, the iteration of the thing is both are same, but but the enumerable properties of object and iteration of the thing is different. Okay, uh, this is the looping. And and next is a class. While going to the class we have to know the java classes also we have know, but not that much complexity we are using here. Class is also a one is object. We'll call like one is object. Instead of that object we can instead of that object we can give some constructors some means some iterate some methods like the java, but not that complexity. um, Classes have a expression forms. A class for example class does not require any identifier. It does not require any identifiers, and it's justly simply used with class keyword. um, if you want to use function expressions and declaration, you can pass that by using class keyword also. Okay, for example we'll see the class how we'll explain. Okay, here I'm writing the class. Wait guys. Na, 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 na. Yes. So I'm explaining class with the extents and super keyword at a time. Then only we can understand what extents and what constructor will using same time. Okay. So what we are used in ES5, what we are writing the functions like this. Okay. In ES5 we create a this is this is ES5 example. How classes will happen, how classes means how functions we are writing like classes. Okay, sorry. Okay. Here we are here we are writing the function this animal like as a keyword. Okay, this is very simple example which we are learning before our BTech or our graduation at time, I think. This start lex world. We are watching legs here. We are assigning legs here. Okay. Then sorry, animal. We are watching legs here. Start legs. Sending legs to here. Uh, then animal. Here we are using this animal passing prototype by using prototype keyword. Prototype. Start identifying the inside of the value. Okay. Identifying the inside, we have to give walk. We're using a walk method here. Okay, we are passing walk method here. The inside that we are passing one walk method values execution. Okay, that is console.log walking with flex. You just pass this dot flex. So output output will be the whenever we pass the and whenever we pass the when we create the new key, then we'll pass the annuals lex here. Then it will be a prototype that one it then works at these things. This inheritancy is not that much easier. Okay, so then we are right into another another animal. Okay, function creating a function, a name of bird. This is animals and this is a bird. So we can't here. Okay. Here also we are passing legs. Here we are calling animal animal dot call is dot legs. Dot legs we are passing parameters like Then here we are getting this, and flex here also. For this we are passing, sorry, we are passing inside the prototype, inside the prototype object, creating animal prototype here. Right. So we are creating bird inside the bird function, creating animal prototype. Okay. Then we are getting this legs here inside the bird function. Okay. Then our main super. Then our will assigning super. Then we are assigning those legs into super keyword. Means super function. Super function is animal. So. Uh, So we are as deriving that animal is our super function. The constructor equal to animal. Here we are assigning uh, super function is a animal. Okay. Then we are passing but five not five. Okay. Function. Here we just giving on it's a executable code console satisfying or not. Console.log is what is fine. Then here we are passing this values where is and equal no third. But two legs. Okay. And we are directly using this walk method here, and okay, we are directly using this fly method here. So this is the these two things when we want to inside of the function methods, when we want inside of the constructor, when we want to create two functions, when we want to use inherit the those animal data and there's bird data, we can't get directly. So we can keep the we can keep this like we can keep like this prototype. Then we have give property, then function, then we have get those data values. Okay. So it's a complexity thing. So here these two things are executed, but it's perfect. But comparative wise and complexity wise, it's a complexity stake complexity. So by using by reducing or by eliminating of these type of coding, these type of things, ESIC inventing the classes. So the simplified the extents and super keyword. Okay, by using extension super keyword inside of the class, it creates the one constructor. Based on that constructor, will get these values. Okay, so here we have created animal and bird, right? Bird, right? So then here we are using another one. What is a class example? This is ES6 class with this is class with export, sorry, extends and super with constructor. Um, so here we give the just will give the one class with the name of animal. Okay, and uh, then we'll give the constructor. We are passing legs here inside the constructor. We get those legs. This dot legs, legs. Okay, start legs equal legs. Okay, inside of the class, we're passing walk method. Inside that walk method, we're passing that console value dot log. Here we're passing this have this is walking with this legs. So then we can get these legs into here. So we can use directly walk method by using instead of animal dot walk, we can get this values. Okay, then we have created another animal. Okay, means it's a bird which we created like that before that. So then we're creating the bird. Then we are extending bird into animals. So we are extending bird class into animal class. So then we animal is a super class, then bird is a child class. Okay, so bird extends extends animal. Okay, so then same like that we have used constructor. Answer inside legs. Here we are passing super keyword. Super means this legs as a these things means animal legs. Okay, so when we want to get animal legs, this here we are getting animal. When we getting the animal class, we when we use super keyword is dedicated to animal. Okay, so here we will get the park method value also same like that, and then instead of bird we are using fly here, prototype as a fly, then we are calling fly. This is flying. This Okay, now we are calling same like here also. Add called new keyword with but we are passing two legs here. Two legs here. Yeah. Then just here we are calling keyword let keyword. We are using but. Then we can get but as a new but. Okay, new but means here we'll get the bud data. Okay, then inside the bud we have animal data also like this. Okay, then we'll execute with bud dot fuck this method. Sorry, bud dot fuck and bard bud dot fine. Then this is working with 2. So indirectly we are calling here where we're just giving the values to 2 but only, but that then inside of the but we are calling the super call. Instead of we are extending but into animal, then we are getting the animal data to here by using the super keyword. By using the super keyword we are just giving into there. Okay, so I hope understood everything, everyone. So then when we want to when we want these two things means the difference means we are extending animal. This is a extending means inheritance. It's a like a prototype. It's we are getting other, for example, if we want to get the data from another DB means another schema, block level schema. We just by using these things we have just get the data from another schema. We are get those values by using super keyword. We get those values with particular unique key. Based on that unique key, by using the super keyword, we get those data, and we can use those data by using in one single class. Okay, that is a class difference between by function prototyping and class simplified class. This is a simple thing compared to here we are getting prototype and animal. Then here we are by using a prototype, then we are giving the walk method. Then this method we are then but we can call that but method into prototype into animal. Then animal we are converting to here. These things is complexity we can understand also. It's a complexity. Okay, then create a object and object a prototype is a constructor. This is the bloody things. Coming to the class, this is a very easy way. Okay, this is a very easy way to uh, means how should I say? This is very easy way to understanding, and this is very easy way to write the code in our perspective. Okay, and hope all should be understood these three things. Difference between ESP and let constant and arraying and important export and class and looping for in a fish. Okay, thank you guys. Live for the day. Enjoy. Happy weekend. Okay. Thanks, Srini, much, bro, for giving this opportunity. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.